if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
Mike's up. Hey. What's happening?
Hello, everybody.
It is the Recovery Room. It is Monday, June
15th.
8th. Ooh, Sean's already in the 15th. See, I told you, the month will get away from you. Boy, I mean, you sit here and you be twiddling your thumbs or whatever it is you do in your spare time, and next thing you know, it'll be July. Which is how it works, you know, every time. And I mean, I've been doing it for a long time now, and it's worked that way every year. It's interesting. And it's still happening. And so that's, you see, and that's what I find interesting about life. It's like, you see, what we know is that we don't know what we don't know. Okay, we know, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, you need to know that you don't know what you don't know. Okay, and I say that to say that who would have thunk that Corona was going to take over the world? You know, who? Wasn't me. I didn't have a clue. I was clueless on that one.
Are you seeing it live on your stuff? 'Cause I'm not.
No, I haven't looked. We're beaming. He said he's going worldwide. That's what the
I know
man
we're
said.
beaming a signal out. I just don't know
Listen to
where the signal's
what the man
going.
said. I see live.
You see
So
live?
are you at Terry T-Bone Roads?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go to me. Okay. And then scroll down.
Technical difficulties.
Did then I had all this junk.
Yeah.
Please stand by.
Huh?
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't see
And I
nothing.
got it on mine. Let me see if it's on my phone.
So if you guys out there are seeing us, somebody please.
please put a comment there on the comment part, and let us know that you are seeing us and hearing us as well. Don is sure, and yeah, here I am on my live feed.
I'm getting nothing on mine going on that way.
Huh?
But if you need to make a phone call,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this phone number
Yeah.
work?
No, that
No.
yeah, but guys, write this phone number down for right now, because what it is our hotline. If you like find yourself late at night,
There we go. Yeah, I got it now.
okay, it just came up late, slow. If you find yourself late at night needing somebody to talk to, Minister over here. You call that number, I guarantee you he'll talk to you and talk you off the cliff, because I mean that's what this is all about at the end of the day. I mean, this is Recovery Room. We talk about all things recovery. We talk about all kinds of addictions. I mean, when this show first started, some 3 years ago, whenever long it is, it was specifically about the opioid epidemic that was and still is plaguing our nation. But obviously, along came Corona. Now the opioid epidemic. Now let's let me get it right. The overdose epidemic, which is what it really was overshadowed by. What's up, Brian? Hey, any word on occupancy? This is our I'm talking to our guy here. 1 week? 1 week? What? Listen, I'm
Awesome.
sorry. I got distracted by the good news. The Onico Farmers Market, which we talk about all the time, has the potential to be open in probably a week and a half too. And so it's going to be fantastic. Lots of vendors, lots of good food. And obviously we talk all, we got to drive in on Wednesday and Saturday. Any idea what the movie is Wednesday? It wasn't with the bathroom. But yeah, a drive-in here on Wednesday and Saturday, weather permitting.
Yeah, that was the first cancellation this past Saturday.
Yeah, Yeah,
And,
but it's very cool. I mean, it's how we ended up in this room anyway. I got a call from my good, and thank you again, Shay, my friend Shay Barnett, who is just a wonderful individual. He's worked with Newtown Redevelopment, which is here in Sarasota. If anybody here in our town, you know, the Newtown is our predominantly black area in Sarasota. And got a call to come, hey, we want to try to put a drive-in up out here. And we were like, I was like, well, who do I call? I called Don Dean. And it's working. We got a drive-through happening. So if you're not doing anything, the address is 5108 15th Street East. Come on out and do your 6 foot distancing, because you're being you can.
and guys, it's for free.
And wait a minute, if it's free, it's me.
There's now the food and beverages aren't free, but there's a Dollar General in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
There's
ice
Subway.
cream.
There's ice cream if the kids are good or
Yeah.
adults are good.
Yeah.
You know.
You get here early enough, you go in the restore and buy yourself a little couch and sit outside and, and listen to it. You know, they got good stuff in there. If you don't know it now, that'll give you an idea of where we are. If you guys know what a restore is in Bradenton, not the old one down there by Talavas, but up 5108 up by State Road 70. Old Negro's Farmers Market opening soon, and we'll be doing a whole lot of good stuff with them. And so looking forward to that. Brian seemed a little excited, so that makes me happy. And so anyway, this is the Recovery Room where we talk about addiction, as I said. And if you haven't joined the Recovery Room family yet on Facebook, please do. I think how it works is you just go on, just type in your search bar, type in the Recovery Room. The guy in the little chair will come up. I mean, in the bed in the hospital will come up, and you just hit join, and one of the admins, myself or Christy or somebody, will accept you. I think that if you're a friend already of one of us, that you get accepted automatically, and so that's kind of cool. And so what we normally do, Chrissy's been under the weather for a little while now, and then you guys do some sincere prayers for her. She's doing so well, and she sends her love to all of you guys. But we normally post a topic for the day, or what the thoughts are for the day. And so since that didn't happen, I think Don posted it on at least on the Facebook. It is the Book of T-Bone.
Since it's the Book of Eli, it's the Book of T-Bone.
It's the Book of T-Bone. And we're going to go to chapter 3, verse 6. Listen up, white people.
Where?
All around me. No, this is again to my white friends, because what I need you guys to know, I need you to know that this is not my relationship, my friendship with you is not some fashionable thing that is now about to happen. You have always been kind. You have always been compassionate. You have always been considerate. It is why I call you a friend in the first place. I don't have white friends that are assholes. Okay? And that's just the bottom line on it. So I just want a lot of you guys out there now trying to figure out what do I need to do as a white person? That's what I keep hearing on. Well, what do I need to do as a white person? My friends, the ones that I call them friends, you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we'll be all right. But maybe now it's like showing or sharing with your fellow white people. You know what your secret to success with black people is. I'm sorry, it's funny to me. It's just gotten so like elementary to me. That's what I'd like to call it. It's gotten so elementary to me. And let's do a little history lesson here, because if people want to say, well, why have black people have such a different experience than all the other immigrants? So let me tell you something. We wasn't no freaking immigrants. Okay? We weren't immigrants, okay? We were brought over here on a ship to work for free for a whole bunch of years. And you know how it is when you own something to somebody, you don't want to let them go. This is what's happened, and so people say, well, that was the grand people and all that, but all that stuff is passed down. I got a slide, a quote that I'll be showing you guys about passing stuff down through history. Those guys that shot that man in Georgia, they had some hate and anger passed down to them through history that they decided that they wanted to embrace. Okay, so the answer to the whole thing is like, wipe that slate clean. You, my friend, are not responsible for what your ancestors did, and neither am I. Okay, we all learn from, we all are a product of it, but we're thinking people. We are a thinking people. And so what I want everybody to understand that just like with addiction, and this is because hate and anger or racism or whatever you want to call it is an addiction. It is a behavior. Okay? Who wants to hate? Because hate starts internally. Hate doesn't start out there. Hate starts in here. So who wants to walk around with hate?
And you could take two little kids who are brought up as they're supposed to be brought up, and all they see, they don't see black, white. They see, oh, well, Joey's my friend, T-Bone's my friend. That's all they see.
Yeah. And we're gonna play.
We're
gonna have
play.
Some fun. They had a video. There's two little kids that they thought they were brothers.
Yeah.
Little white kid, and little black kid. Every time they see each other, they run up and hug
And in that one thing, they both buzzed their head like they look like mine.
Yeah.
So the teacher couldn't tell them apart because they didn't see themselves as being different.
Right.
I know.
And so that's what it is, man. Nobody's any different. And Corona, and you see, you're talking about the perfect storm here. Corona made us all the same. There's no respect for persons and all that for whether you can get the corona or not. Okay, no matter how much money you got, doesn't matter whether you're a CEO or whatever. It leveled the playing field. And then see, the God that I serve came in with a whammy and said, okay, I'm just going to add this little whammy to it, just so we can really just nail this thing down. And I am going to make a drug addict the symbol of peace and whatever. I was saying the addict is going to rise. We have, and listen, I'm an addict, so I'm a fellow addict. So when I say George Floyd was an addict, and an addict is now the symbol for peace and unity in the world, huh? Who would have thought it?
I can say this: if Martin Luther King was still around, he would be embarrassed.
Ooh, wow.
Pissed.
Yeah. I gave up my life. So you guys have to take all of this to just get to that all you got to do is love one another. That this whole premise. Now here's a premise. Here's the real one. This thing that they keep talking about called white privilege does not exist. It is a arbitrary thing. It is a thing that has been ingrained into a person, which for me puts more pressure on you. But it doesn't exist. It's not earned. You can't earn white. Can you earn white privilege?
No, it's inherited.
It's inherited by what?
The system.
The system that did what?
Generated systemic racism.
Okay, so it is something that, now if you go out and earn your white privilege, I'm all for it. Have at it. But if you just think because you're white, you're privileged, man, that's where the problem lies.
But you don't earn your privilege by having a box of rocks and throwing it at people and hitting horses and whatever else.
Stupid stuff.
Or flipping
man.
cop cars over.
No, that's stupid. That's not what this is all about. And that's not what that. Listen, listen. Here's me. I believe that everything that happens for a reason. I believe that every step we've ever taken, every breath, every car accident, motorcycle accident, every child, everything we do leads us to this particular moment in time. So nothing happens for nothing. And so the rioting, for whatever reason, whether they were people that were brought in to do it, whatever, it was necessary for the time. Because guess what, guys? The spotlight is on. And we're between two lamps, and that's real cool. That's Don's idea. But the spotlight is on, okay? The good, the light is on the good, The light is on the evil. The light is on those who are just, we call it the wandering generalities that ain't doing a doggone thing. We can see you too.
Guys, I can tell you this. When I was sick and they sent me home from the hospital to die, I wouldn't be here if T-Bone didn't step up to the plate and say, Sean's my friend.
Yeah.
I know.
And my brother now, I mean, I don't, I would claim that. Yeah. And would do it again.
And I didn't
I
go.
know he'd do it for me.
I tried, but I can't pick your ass up. But I mean, I didn't say a black man's going to help me go to the bathroom because I can't, because I'm physically incapable of even getting out of bed.
Yeah.
No, he was picking my body up and bringing me to the toilet.
Yeah. And had to adjust his pee-pee a couple of times. But that's another show.
I wasn't going to go there. But
No, they sent the man home with his thing. But yes, no, and that's the reality. So somebody, wait a minute. Here's what's burning my butt. Somebody had to tell you this. Somebody had to die, and for you to understand this. And interestingly enough, around the world, they're getting it. And so I have been praying and shouting out to my ancestors and every God that exists for there to be a time for us to have some peace, for some to have some tranquility, for us to have some togetherness, okay? And so I'm thinking, and this is what I've been thinking. I'm thinking that if you would vote for me. There'd be a chicken in every oven. There'd be a Honda or a Chevy in every driveway. Your debts will be wiped clean and we'll start over. We'll start anew. Start afresh, okay? Because we all understand that it's not real money anyway. It's just paper money. It's monopoly money. It's electronic. I mean, you got Cash App. You can just send somebody some money electronically. It's all changed. So why don't we change it all? I mean, hey, listen, if we want to go back and talk about, work being done unpaid for, there's a whole lot of work that was done for a long time that was unpaid for. Usually they call it reparation. Let's change the name of it. Let's not call it reparation, because I want everybody to get it. I want white people to get it. I want all the people to get it, because what I missed in everybody's commentary and what has been missing in the commentary is that George Floyd was there at a convenience store or market, whatever, trying to pass a counterfeit bill,
a $20 bill,
a $20 bill, because he was poor. We got to eliminate poverty. If you want to do something, let's eliminate poverty. Let's let everybody have a little something, because it's hard when you can't concentrate when your stomach's growling. Unstep your stomach, and how you going to get something to eat? Now, I don't condone the rioting and the looting at all, but I understand. Because when you hungry, man, you don't know. And so, we talk about Drew Brees. Drew Brees said what he said, and then he had to apologize, because the reality of the situation is that, we got to listen to one another. I feel for the dude to put his knee on the neck. He's famous too. And so is his family. And so are his children. I understand that two of them were even kind of related. I think he was married to the other officer's sister. A whole family's destroyed. And we got to get out of that. And the only way we're going to get out of is accept each other as human beings, accept each other as one race. There's no in all these races. There's one race. And pat a black man on the back or take the history and look at it and say, wow, you know what? Those guys have come a long freaking way. Long way. From being brought over on slave ships, getting malaria and hoodoo and cooties and all that stuff to get here, and then you got to understand that only the strongest of the slaves made it here, and so that gene, that DNA is strong, because the strongest and most fertile people are the only ones that made it here, and then that system of oppression, broke up families and all kinds of stuff happened, but we still survived. And we're still here striving. I don't know about you, but every time I look at the news, the police chief is black, the mayor is black. Come a long way. Come a long way. So give them a little pat on the back, add a boy, whatever you want to call it, okay? But appreciate each other. We got to appreciate each other. So that's the book of T-Bone, chapter 3, verse 23. Check it out.
Me and T were talking earlier today, and he hadn't read that because there's just so much going on. It's so messed up now that they're taking Elmer Fudd and they're removing him with the guns and all when he goes hunting. He's hunting rabbits.
We've got
or he's
sick
hunting the
people.
ducks.
We've gotten sick. We have gotten ill, and that's what we got to talk about. The illness. This is ill. We're smarter than this. We are the head of the animal kingdom, and all the mooses and everybody go, oh my God, you let them fools be ahead of it, A squirrel could do better. Squirrel at least knows how to go and dig a hole and put a nut for the next winter. Well, how many of us do that? We just get it and spend it. Get it and spend it. Put nothing away. Enough to put nothing away. Anyway, so for me, and let's get down to the nitty gritty. We need to have a better healthcare system. Just clearly, we need to have a better healthcare system. And if it's not better, it should be more affordable and it should be available to everybody. Because I know a lot of my brothers and sisters out there that are still actively using, and some of them just really, really just want to stop. But they need some rehab. They need some help, but they can't get it because they don't have insurance. This is bizarre. This is bizarre behavior. I think that we've seen that they can make a decision to send everybody a little bit of money. Okay, a little $1,200 came in handy. Don't get me wrong, good stuff. But if they could do that, yeah. But if they could do that, then they can do it where at least everybody, because they got everybody's information now. Okay, so we've already experienced the first level of socialism. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but this is socialism 101. And so now that the people have spoken and are still speaking, I don't know, 12, 13 days. I mean, it's maybe about time to go home and get something else done. But the people have spoken, and now what we need to do is change what needs to be changed. Okay, the majority of the people have been talking about the criminal justice system, and yes, it is rigged and it's so crazy because it's a business. Okay, but Corona changed all that. Corona, I think Bill Cosby's out. No, I think they let Bill Cosby out.
Yeah, I'd heard that too. I don't know if there was truth or not, but
it changed it all. And so let a lot of them people that just sold a few pounds of weed, let them out. Weed? Really? Listen, let me tell you something. If you were to legalize weed, we'd have no deficit and we'd be able to feed everybody. Yeah, well, I bet if it's legalized and you're able to buy freely, like alcohol, I bet you there'll be no deficit. I guarantee that.
Well, look at Colorado. The first year, not only did they get out of debt, they fixed all the roads and this and that, school systems and
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm embarrassed. Every time I look at like Tokyo or Japan or Wuhan, where the virus came from, man, they got these silky train systems, and the architecture is beautiful. Their airports are beautiful. They've got an infrastructure that is outstanding. We're here in America. Our crap is raggedy. Our crap is raggedy, man. I was riding down the street today. I was like, whoa. A hole here and a hole there and a hole here. Yep. Good for the auto body guy and the mechanic, but not so good for the guy that's just working hard every day. So there's some changes got to be made. There's some changes that have to be made, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way around it. Let me see if I got some comments I need to respond to.
You know, speaking of there's all different types of addictions. Some people are addicted to being in bad relationships.
Woo! A lot of that. I was a master.
I had a friend of mine call me up last night. Her boyfriend had a bad day for whatever reason, decided to beat the snot out of her, and she called me up like at close to midnight last night, and she wanted to use, and then she said she really didn't care if she came back out of it, and that's heart wrenching for where someone does something really crappy and the other person doesn't care if they're breathing or not breathing. And then I had somebody else call me up after that, almost the same thing. Their ex or whatever had a bad day and beat her up. And then the next phone call, a friend of mine up in New York who has the same liver disease that I do, was in the ICU, not doing well. Guys, I'm up like every night on the phone talking to people who are struggling and in pain, whatever else. To me, I don't understand taking pain pills. I just deal with the pain, but that's me.
Hey, what's up, Buck?
But just, you wouldn't want someone to treat your mom that way. And if you do, call me because something's wrong with you.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, you need to have a conversation.
Then you need to have a conversation with somebody and with God and whatever. But when you start treating people like you'd want to be treated,
God, is it
know.
that simple?
it should be that simple.
Is it that simple?
Like that thing we talked about a little bit last week. The one guy who took his 7-year-old daughter to one of the protests, and in that group, somebody had thrown some rocks at the police, so they maced everybody in the group. And a 7-year-old happened to get the mace in the eyes, and then it was like, so they went ahead and they printed up the police officer's full name, badge number, everything else. Saying, how could you do that to the child? How could you, as a parent,
put the child in that position?
Put the child in that position? And it just, life just goes. Don't put yourself into a bad situation. Be it if there's a chance of a riot, or being in a relationship where someone's an alcoholic or a drug user or an abuser or whatever else. Years ago, this company I was working for, we went through a lot of employees. If they were late, they were fired. If their shirt wasn't ironed, they were fired. If they didn't have 3 pens, they were fired. We were going through about 700 wait staff a year on the average. So the owner of the company put me through this seminar, myself and the other 2 managers. It was a positive management seminar course. Jim Sullivan was the speaker. He's a motivational speaker. It was like $1,000 per person to go to it. And what I got out of it was, if you're not happy with your job, your life, anything, and you can't change that situation without compromising yourself, leave. Just leave. It's really that simple. So went to this course, and I said, and I quit my job because I hated my job.
Didn't know it was going to backfire on him.
I got done with the thing, and they're like, you just walked. I think I was getting like $70,000 a year or something like that then, and I walked away.
Yeah, thanks for the seminar.
Yeah, it was like, and that's what I got out of it, because I couldn't, there was nothing I could do to change the way the owner was, and everyone's like, well, Sean quit, I quit. Well, if you quit, I quit. And, yeah.
Well, I don't know what Buck's answer to no it doesn't was, and then Christy said, "Wake up, Sean Prendeville."
Oh, because I yawned.
Oh, okay. He's awake now. I'm glad you tuned in. Thank you so much. Listen, and then let's look at this other thing. I think that I've gotten kind of used to the situation with what happened with George Floyd, and I'm not saying that I'm callous or indifferent, but that's the reality. It happens so often. You kind of get just a little bit
not even jaded by it, but it becomes the norm.
Yeah, but what was not the norm was the 75-year-old dude. You know what I mean? That one pissed me off. When they knocked the 75-year-old dude down, and his head is busting on the concrete and he's bleeding, and and the police just continued on walking right by him. That's that. I don't care, police. I don't care what your thing is. That's callous and that's indifferent. And that's what we got to get rid of. We got to get rid of the indifference. We've got to replace the indifference with some curiosity, if nothing else. You know, be curious about what's going on in somebody else's life. Don't act like you know. You know, like you're so smart that you know. I mean, I'm praying for that guy, and that it comes in because the blood was coming out of his ear, so you know he sustained some little cranial stuff, and so praying for him and his family. But see that's the picture, you see, because if the dude, old 75-year-old dude, would have died, you'd have had Floyd and this 75-year-old dude saying, "Oh my God, I was really getting ready to get crazy out here," you know. But it is anyway because. That is about as you know. What it, did aren't you, when you were raised by wolves? Weren't you taught to respect your elders? I mean, all this stuff that we're supposed to be learning now. Where we didn't learn this stuff early on in life? And what did we think? It just wasn't the right thing, so we're not going to do it? Or did some things happen to you in your life that you know that made you a little bit callous and a little bit indifferent? You know. And that you're holding on to, because that's the biggest problem that we have in this world is people holding on to stuff. I mean, I know some people that have been feuding. Sean's got a friend that they haven't talked in 20 some odd years because of something stupid, you know. And so holding on to that stuff doesn't do anybody any good, you know. So. If I gotta be the first to tell you, hey, let go and let God and forgive, because you know if you don't forgive, what that's like, that's called like taking the poison and expecting the other person to die, and that just ain't gonna happen, baby. You gonna die. You're gonna be the one that's gonna suffer. No more suffering, guys. We don't have to. If especially now, there's people who's not just because of their circumstances and their mental illnesses and different things. They're just not going to be able to comprehend even what needs to be done. But those of you who are thinking and conscious people, it's not a brainer at all. It's a no-brainer. It's a 4-letter word. LOVE. You know, all of a sudden it's all all of a sudden, and we've been talking about it forever, haven't we? And what do we talk about every day? Love, right? Love your people, love your people. That's what it's got to be, and it's not hard. That's the craziest thing. It's the easiest thing on the planet. It changes your whole life too, because if you're able to, you can't love someone else unless you love yourself. No, I didn't make that up. That's just the way it is.
You know, and like any one person, you can say, well, how are you not angry? Like, Sean, how are you not angry against drunk drivers? You were hit by 8 drunk drivers riding your motorcycles. You know, what did I do to change it? I moved out of freaking Gainesville. You know, and I stopped being hit by drunk drivers. Do I still ride motorcycles? Well, I have them. I'm physically, I don't think I could keep my balance up right now, but if you can't change without compromising yourself, just leave the situation.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, it never gets easier.
Hey, it never gets easier.
You
You just get better. I mean, and it's true. Listen, Sean's a perfect example. Nothing's gotten any easier, but God knows he's gotten better from. You don't know, but like he was talking about, it was a time when we had to carry Sean around. You know, and he was talking to the remote control and all kinds of stuff.
I was picking the remote control for the TV, having 3-hour conversations.
You know, loopy. You know, and I thought, well, you know, let me just hold on to brother till he can, you know, whatever happens. And fortunately, we got the right combination of things, medicines, and all that. And now he's here talking and coherent. See, it doesn't get any easier. Or let me take that back. It gets you get a different perspective on it, and so that makes it somewhat easier to digest. You know, because you know that stuff's going to happen. Does anybody on this planet think that George Floyd is the last black man that's going to be killed? You know, we don't talk about all the 250 a week or whatever the number is that die in Chicago. You know, by our own hand, on a weekend, by our own hands, a black man on a black man.
Right.
You know, because we've been taught to hate ourselves. You know, you talking about the word nigger that we made into a term of endearment. It was a word that we hated, and so we've been taught to hate ourselves, and so we call ourselves the word that people use to put us down.
A couple months ago, I was having me and Chrissy were talking, and T was there, and I said, yeah, I said the N word. I said N word, and he goes, Sean, that's more offensive than saying nigger. He goes,
just say nigger.
He goes, that's it's worse.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you know.
I mean, it is the worst of it is when it's used as a derogatory statement. The second worst is when it's used amongst ourselves. You know, the second worst is when a white person uses it with malice. The third is when we use it with ourselves. I mean, it's just a word. You know, it has connotations that really had nothing to do with anything black. You know?
Unless you're a black comedian.
Yeah, I mean, it really meant that you're a slacker. I mean, it really meant that, I mean, you could be a white nigger.
Yeah, I know a bunch of them.
You know, and speaking of which,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
that's no, but that's the thing, perception, right? Can you realize that 80% of the black population in America
Okay, Jones is the-
lives in 10 states? 80% of the entire population of America lives in 10 states. And so there's, and then you talk about we're only 12 to 14% of the entire population of America. And so how interesting must it be that a guy who's in a town who's probably 4% of the population has changed the entire world? It's all, and see, I'm sorry, my dad's a math professor, and was, God bless him. And it's all numbers. Let's look at the numbers, guys. The numbers never lie. You can lie, you can tell yourself something, but the numbers are never gonna lie. It's gonna be what it is. Okay? And so now let's think about this. I mean, for all the conspiracy, I'm gonna give you guys a good one. All you conspiracy theorists, I'm gonna give you guys a good one, right? So they sit in the lab, right, and they release a little corona because they knew that it was designed to kill off just a certain number of population, elderly and black people.
And a certain blood type.
And certain blood types, okay? And so it got released, but then it got out there, because this is like how drugs are. This is a correlation to the whole drug story. It got out there, but then it started affecting the people and their families who put it out there, right? And so it got out there, and it spread all over the world. And so then it got so bad that they had to say, okay, well, we got to do something. We got to go back to work. But then they said, well, let's kill a black man, and then I know everybody will protest, and then the whole world will be out there, and the corona won't even exist anymore. Everybody will be out there in mass,
Well,
corona going crazy.
They just had the biggest spike right now from it, you know.
And so now we really got you by the balls, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people infected, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore, because the people that are going to die are going to die. The people who are not going to die are not going to die. Well, they will one day, but it won't be because of the corona. Okay? So you don't think that there's people that are dastardly enough that can sit behind a curtain somewhere and really think these things out? You're wrong. You're wrong. And so here we go. Here's our chance, right? Here's our opportunity to treat each other better. Here's our opportunity for our population to really thin out, because 8 billion people is a lot of doggone people. How you feed 8 billion people? Hard. It's difficult. So nothing happens for nothing, folks, and we don't know what we don't know. But what we do know is that right now we're all in this together, right? We're all in this together, man. And like people will talk to me, and I say, well, yeah, I know you're gonna say I'm crazy, but I say that it all had to happen. I'm happy that it happened. I'm happy that all this happened. I'm not happy about the man being dead. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. You know, but I'm just happy that it had to happen this way. That this compounded this, and like I said, for me, the 75-year-old dude got knocked down. It was a clear message that we got to straighten up. That's what my dad used to say, son. Straighten up, fly right. Straighten up and fly right. That's what we got to do. You know, bottom line, there's nothing else. Hey, can I get another quote, please?
Yeah.
See, I think this one is the one that really wanted to kind of get. Okay, so listen, read it. Don't look at the picture, so I know you're looking at the picture. Read it. It says, if trauma can be passed down through generations, and that's what has happened, the discrimination and all those things can be passed down through generation, so can healing. And that is the truth. It is that time now. This is a healing time. This is a time. I told you guys I was really kind of disturbed about, Van Jones and Bakari Sellers saying, oh my God, they're crying. I don't know what to tell my black sons. Now's the time to tell them that they're powerful beyond measure. That'll be my next quote that I'll give you, Don, that Marian Anderson one about being powerful beyond measure. I'll see if I can find it here and I'll just read it. But now's the time to tell them that they're powerful beyond measure. Now's the time to tell you that they're not inferior to anybody, not superior to anybody. They are equal to everybody. And everybody has something that they can do better than just about anybody on the planet. Sean's got a friend that's a school teacher, and I told her, I said, if you do something out of the book of T-Bone for me, if you would just go and tell those kids that T-Bone said that you are great and that you got something inside of you that you cannot let any one incident or any thousands of incidents or anything distract you from doing. Because see, the graveyard is the most important, most valuable stuff on the planet. Because everybody goes to the grave with their stuff. A lot of people go to the grave with their stuff still inside of them. But good one. This quote here. This was on the side of a building. It said, "If you can run a gang, you can run a company. Literally, if you can sell dope." All my dope dealers out there, if you can sell dope, you can run a company. If you can write a rap, you can write a book. Or a book of poetry, because for me, rap is poetry put to music. If you can film a fight, you can shoot a movie, right? And you can learn some editing and not just do it because, it's like the thing to do for Instagram and all that. And said, don't just take over the block, take over the world. Stop selling yourself short.
Yeah.
And for you bleeps out there that are recording someone getting their freaking ass kicked or whatever
that's
else,
so crazy.
set your freaking phone down, step
get in. Man. The dude could still be alive right now. I remember the first day they had that it happened. They had this dude coming on. He was like one of them little dudes, and he was cursing and hip hop and all that stuff. But he was like, yeah, and I was saying that, and you can hear him in the background saying, "Oh, get off him, can't breathe." No, man, you go and jump and get in. Go and get in it, because that man could still be alive today. We're glad that we had the film so that now the world could be a better place, But that man could still be alive today.
3 other officers could have saved his life.
3 other officers could have saved his life. So everybody's standing around. That's the problem. Everybody's standing around with this thumb up their butts, procrastinating and conforming to whatever, scared. That's our biggest thing is fear. Scared of everything. Man, I was fighting cops when I was 12 years old. I hate to say it, but it's true. And so they had a fight that day. I guarantee you. So yeah. Stop all this. Get involved. I got invited to become a part of this prayer fest, and that's what I'm loving about. People are doing things, okay? And so do something. Do something for somebody other than yourself. Pray for somebody other than yourself. It's crazy, man. This me, my society it's gone, man. It's got to be we all the way home.
Speaking of so Dora sent me like the first 22 pages of her new thing she's writing. It was heart-wrenching. But I'm not sure when it's going to be coming out, but she's going to do it in series and stuff like that. But when it does come out, you guys need to go ahead and get that.
Yeah, please.
And
please.
I cried like a little schoolgirl. I'm not afraid to admit it.
No, it's moving. Because she's shot from the heart. That's what it is. I was asked if I can see the comments today. Yes, I can. But maybe they cut off or something. Because the last one I see is from you, Judy, or last one was from Christy Hartley.
Maybe that's what she meant because she said we're not live.
Who?
I got a thing from Kimmy, but she had said that it wasn't. I thought she wasn't logged in properly.
Hmm.
Hey, if anybody out there can hear us, whatever else, give us a shout. Like, send us a message, please. That'd be awesome. Don't call the number because we forgot to transfer it over.
Yeah, we're gonna get a dedicated number for you. Maybe what we should do is get that fourth line again and use it as a dedicated line.
Oh, that's
On the
true.
cell phone.
That's an idea. Yeah. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And we got plenty of phones. That's not a problem. Okay, so I see us.
And it says live, but
and
I'm not.
It says live.
And actually, I haven't had anybody chime in on my page in a while. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, chiming in. Hey guys, it's all technology. You know, what can you do? Like I had it here on my phone and now it's not there. But hey, I can see it here. I can see it there. If you guys are just happen to be surfing the web and you stop here, if nobody's told you that they love you today, let us be the first to tell you we love you.
We love you guys.
Yes, man.
And,
I mean, you know.
and just remember the struggle that you're going through. Your neighbor, your friend, they're going through it also. Nothing's promised. No one's day is guaranteed. Make that phone call. Call up call up your loved ones and say, hey, I was just thinking about you.
Yeah.
They might be, why are you calling us? But you haven't talked to me in a while. Bury the hatchet, not in their back.
Yeah. Don't take the poison. Don't take it. Let it go. Let me get on. I got another quote over there somewhere.
Might.
Yeah. Hey, hello again, Judy. Does that mean that we're back? That you can hear us and see us? If so, that's awesome. Hey, Buck. Hey, Christy. Hey, Robert Crease. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Recovery Room. We are here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday on a fairly regular basis. Long time. Was that yes on the quote? Now this one, yeah. Now this one's cool, right?
Yeah.
Always remember this. Grapes must be crushed to make wine. Diamonds form under pressure. Olives are pressed to release oil. Seeds grow in darkness. So whenever you feel crushed, under pressure, pressed, or in darkness, you're in a powerful place of transformation. Trust the process. And that's where we miss the boat every time. We pray and we want immediate answers. Meanwhile, while we're praying, what we're supposed to be doing is bettering ourselves, getting ourselves in position, getting prepared to be ready for the blessing when it comes, to be able to recognize it when it comes. So, yeah. Embrace the process. I really love that. Okay, so looks like we're on there.
Sweet.
All right. So, let me see. What did we not cover today? How much time we got left?
We got 12 minutes. We haven't had any commercials.
Commercials.
Sure, we got some sponsors we got to recognize. The Recovery Room is brought to you by the following. And more to come when this place opens up. Woohoo! It'll be nice. It'll be nice and nice. POWarriors.com, the website created to connect our brave men and women of the armed forces, first responders, and medical personnel to our community of businesses and services that honored their service. POWarriors.com, protecting our warriors who protect us.
Spice up your next event with the Hammock Haven Experience. To find out more, go to thehammockhaven.com or call 941-201-5226. The Hammock Haven. Chillax a minute.
Hey, 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 we're back in here in the beautiful, soon to be bustling Onico Farmers Market. They got the other farmers market shutting down to come and be over here because we just shut them down. Not purposely, or anything.
And guys, it's an indoor venue,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it
Open
doesn't
air.
matter what the weather's like.
Yeah, open air. It's beautiful. And we're going to be doing a bunch of entertainment. We're in the process of planning the grand opening. So all my musician friends out there, hit me up because I think that, we can do a full day concert for the grand opening. And so I'd love to have all my guys and girls. Sean just the other night went and saw Ari and those guys, man. Love
That was
those,
off the chain.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love them. She's definitely going to be part of whatever happens here.
Are we in the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at the Blue Rooster. Sean went the other night.
yeah.
Yeah. And Nick Castor, really awesome guitar player. We're gonna bring in the folks. I mean, fortunate for me and Don Dooney, we know all the folks. If you do music in this town, you know one of us or both of us. And so we're looking forward to doing the grand opening. And then we'll do music every weekend. And so a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good stuff going on. And that even during the course of all the stuff that's happening in the world, the point is that it is time for you to take time to prepare yourself for when things come back and when you're able to roam the cabin freely. You have taken time to maybe explore one of those businesses or ideas or whatever that you had put on the back burner, that now is the time for you to bring it out. I want to shout out on the PO Warrior side of that. If you guys would go to that PO Warrior website, it was on there, it's POWarriors.com. I really, because of the unemployment rate being what it is, PO Warrior is offering individuals a opportunity that is outrageous. So if you would go to PO Warrior and POWarrior.com and then go to the Join Our Team part, go there and just put in your information and somebody will contact you about a really good profit. I mean, you can make, up to $1,500 a week. So yeah, there's a website down there, www.powarriors.com. Go there, check it out. Hit the Join Our Team link, and we'll get in contact with you if it's getting ready to get really, really cool. I mean, because businesses are coming back, they need to advertise, and people are coming back that some of them don't have that same job that they left. That job does no longer exist. And so you got to change. You got to do something else. I mean, what the hell? You was going there every day, hating to go anyway.
Well, a lot of the companies now are realizing that they don't have to have those big warehouses, people going into them, going to work.
Yeah.
A lot of people can actually work from home.
Yeah. And the robotics are out of control. They got robots that can do just about everything. You don't have to worry about you hurting your back.
Well, the last company that I worked for, we had the robots did everything. I just had to quality control everything.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be. Might as well face it. I didn't make it that way. Oh, here's one. I didn't put it on there, Don, but I'll read it from here.
Okay.
We need to stop just pulling. We need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they're falling in. You know what's going on up there? Let's see if we can go up there and help some people. Easy to look at the situation and not freaking try to figure it out.
But is Sean up there going, it's a baptism?
You're healed.
Yeah.
Healed.
Well, only they got sorted out.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So I'll give you one that pissed me off the other day. So my brother George is getting married, and with me being an ordained minister now, I said, wow, I would love to do the ceremony for you. I won't mention Susan's name,
Susan.
but his fiance, she goes, oh, that'd be awesome. You sure you're still going to be alive then?
Oh my God.
I wanted to say, well, I might be on death row for murder, but
I'll be alive. I'm making
But-
probably still to perform this,
Yeah.
perform the ceremony from my cell.
So, yeah, I deal with, having that in the back of my mind every day.
Yeah.
But nothing's promised, to anybody out there.
Yeah, well, you
Like
be
T
there for
always
your own
says-
wedding.
Like T always says, the coconut can fall off a tree and hit your head.
Bam! Gone. You never thought of you. That's the last thing you ever thought about in the history of the world. I know the last thing that you'd have thought about was that this dude that got his knee, got kneed in the neck, would be responsible for all the change that is happening right now. And right now it's an upheaval, but we're going to see the change. I mean, there are some really talented, intelligent people that are out there that are making some legislative decisions, because that's where a whole bunch of it starts. I mean, this whole sending somebody to jail for 10 years for something really stupid is going to change. This whole control of the population via incarceration is going to change. You got little kids that daddies who was a good daddy just trying to feed his family is in jail because he sold a couple of pounds of weed or something,
Yeah.
whatever he did.
And you could kill somebody and do less time for somebody who just
Right.
was slinging some weed.
Right, it's crazy.
What?
Right, it's absolutely crazy.
I know they're like, Sean, you talk about killing people a lot.
Yeah, well, it's training.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, it's another Monday, just another manic Monday, and we're happy to be here. Again, hoping that somebody, if you just happen to be surfing the Facebook or whatever you call it, and you stop in and you see these two heads and you wonder what the heck we're talking about. What we're talking about is hope. We're talking about hope. I used to be a dope dealer, now I'm a hope dealer. I used to be a hopeless dope fiend, now I'm a dopeless hope fiend. You can do the same. I'm not better than you. I'm not any different than you. I made a bad decision, and it led to a series of bad decisions that led to me losing houses and families and cars and jobs and just all
Ex-wives.
kinds of stuff. Oh my God! They call me, I'm
Not
Triple
for me.
X. Yeah, they call me Triple X. So you can do it. You can do what you can, and especially now, this is a time for everybody to be making decisions that are about changing for the better, not just change. Because you can change for the worse. You can change for the worse, get worse. What was that? How come they don't make a better sauce?
Yeah, there was a thing I sent you the other day. There was a Worcestershire, like Worcestershire, but
Yeah.
I mean, to make a Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. You should make a Worcestershire, guys. Okay, seriously, you got an opportunity. Ain't nothing between you but thin air and opportunity. And we encourage you guys to do that. It's clearly not your aptitude. It's clearly not how smart you are. Some of my best thoughts got me in the worst trouble. But it is your attitude. It's your attitude that determines your altitude. It's your attitude that determines whether people want to even be around you or not. Okay, so have an attitude of love. Have an attitude of kindness. Have an attitude of compassion, of joy, of all those things. There's that biblical thing. So if it's praiseworthy, think on those things. Talk about those things. I think it's Corinthians.
Guys, if you're out there driving around and you're doing something stupid and the cop's going to pull you over, they're already on the edge right now with everything that's going around.
Yeah.
So just be smart about what you're doing. We don't need another situation again.
No, we've had enough for a while. I like for a little while just to turn on the television and see some smiling faces.
A friend of mine, her son's, she lives out there in Arcadia. Her son's a sheriff here in Nancy County, and they wanted to go out there just to go and relax because he had a bad day. And I didn't want to ask him what the bad day was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a family of correction officers and police officers. One of my favorite cousins who just recently donated a kidney to his wife is a police officer. And I love that dude. And
So if they got divorced, be like, I want that kidney
give
back.
me my damn kidney back. Shit.
We're winding down, he said.
All right, guys. Peace.
We love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Rubber side
Same-
down.
Same bat time. Same bat time.
You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me. But you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me. But you didn't know.